could someone just, help me figure out what's going on? So I'm at this guy at the beach and we go to watch sunset. Mind you, he's foreign, so he has the most beautiful accent. We leave, we split ways, we go home. And this is the text I received. It says, "Hello, Miss Tabitha." I say, "Hi. I most certainly enjoyed hanging out with you this evening, and I would love to see you again." Also, he texts so proper. Then I say, "Absolutely, it was so fun. The sunset was beautiful. Glad you loved it." He says, "Yes, but you should let me choose a place in LA next. I know a few rooftop views." Oh, I love that. I'm down. Also, your eyes are so beautiful. I forgot to tell you before I left. Aw, thank you. You are most certainly welcome. What are your plans for the night? I'm thinking this guy might be interested, right? Then he says, "I remember you said you like Disney movies. We should watch one soon." I say, "I love them. We should." Now, what is this? He says, "I'm not doing much. Just picked up my girlfriend flowers from Trader Joe's." I say, "Huh?" To which he sends me a lovely picture of Trader Joe's flowers. And I say, "I guess I'm a little confused, girlfriend." And yeah. To which he says, "I will buy you some then. I didn't know, or I would have bought you some today. Let me know your favorite and they will be yours. Good night, Miss Tabitha." I don't know. Am I being manipulated? Is this a red flag? He is from another country. Someone please tell me what the heck is going on. Okay, part 3 of confessing things that I did in high school to my dad. Technically, actually, this is not one that I did. So, all of the boys knew when you guys were home and not home, right?
Why does it have all to do with boys? Why is it the boys?
Because it all has to do with boys, because boys were scared of you. Anyways, I was at work and the boys all came out to the house and you were at work. Everyone was at work. No one was home. Well, they used the back door, okay? And they went to your underwear drawer and pulled out a pair of your underwear and sent me a picture because I didn't believe that they were actually in our house. The dogs start going crazy. So I heard that on the phone. I go, "My dad's coming. I'm pretty sure that's my dad." So all the boys dead sprinted out of the house, ran. They all got in Travis's truck and took off driving. And then they left. I forgot who they left behind. They left Johnny or someone behind.
What the fuck is wrong with them? You just fart. You just fart.
No, every night for 2 weeks straight, I would dream about the zoo. Now, I had no idea why until one night I woke up to animal noises. Well, that's a little strange. Turns out my neighbors were trying to sleep their way through the alphabet, as in having sex with guys beginning with each letter. I'm sure your first grade teacher would be so proud. Our walls were so thin I could hear everything. Every night, girls would wedge objects between our campus house back door so that they could sneak guys in. One night, my best friend and I thought it would be funny if we kicked the object out of the door so that they had to walk around to the front. The object that they used that night was a horse bit. The following morning, my friend approached me in a panic. She said, "Tabitha, do you remember the horse bit we kicked out of the door yesterday?" I said, "Yeah, why?" And she said, "I saw a girl with it this morning. That wasn't a horse bit. It was the handle for her seeing eye dog."
So as you guys know, I don't have a boyfriend, but I do have ex-boyfriends. And today I decided to ask him to rate my Instagram photos. And my feelings are hurt. Alright, so the first pic I sent him was this. And I texted him, I said, "Hi, listen, it's important." He said, "Sure." I said, "I need your opinion." He said, "Why are you casually texting me?" And I said, "Because I'm going to temporarily forgive you so that you can help me with this. I need help with what to post on Instagram." And I sent him this photo. I thought he was going to make fun of it. I said, "Rate this, and should I post it?" He said, "You're hot." To which I said, "Not as hot as the blonde you chose over me though, right?" He said, "Bro, really? That was like a year ago." Sorry, okay, next. This is the second photo I sent. 6 out of 10, you're not a mom. Also, I feel like this is something you'd post if you wanted young Gravy's attention. To which I said, "Maybe I do want his attention." And he said, "Yeah, you would." Third photo I sent this, said 10 out of 10, post that one. W for the male audience. Love men. I said, "Ha ha ha." Then he said, "You're still ugly though." To which I sent this photo. He said, "This is realistic. You look like this all the time. Post it so everyone knows how you really look." I said, "Funny." Next up, we got this aesthetic queen. Said, "Hey, why didn't you ever dress hot for me and post stuff like this?" Bruh. Moving on, we got this photo, my favorite photo. Said 100 out of 10. "But why do you always look sad? Miss me?" Miss you? Pfft, please. I said, "That's all I needed." Said, "What are you doing tonight? Are you posting these? I'm gonna comment." You should probably not comment. Then I checked out his Instagram. He's got a girlfriend. Thanks for helping me choose those IG pics though. Okay, so I'm about to share one of the most bizarre story times I've ever shared in my entire life. So I decided that I was ready to start seriously dating again. And there's particularly this one guy that I was interested in. So I DM'd him. Mind you, he's an actor, and that's important later in the story. Him and I agreed on breakfast, and I told him that I loved nature and I loved coffee. So he surprised me with a cafe that was in nature. It was literally on the side of a mountain. He also knew that I liked books. So in mid-conversation, he says, "Oh my gosh, don't let me forget, I also brought you a book." He goes, "I don't know if you're interested in acting, but if you are, I wanted to give you this book." He said that it was a book book about respecting and appreciating everyone else who was a part of set. So like the guys who were in charge of the cameras and lighting. So then our date goes on. He takes me to this hiking spot and he shows me this pretty tree that he sits in all the time. We're like leaning on the tree and he compliments my eye. A little bit of butterflies maybe. So our date comes to an end and he says, I would love to see you again. And I was like, I would love to see you again too. So our second date was this morning at a coffee shop in Malibu. So we're sitting at a table overlooking the ocean and this older couple comes up and they're like, oh, how did you guys meet? And so we tell them like a little backstory. The older couple thought it was so spontaneous and so cute. So we finish our coffee date and we decide that we would go sit by the rocks by the ocean. Looks at me and he says, hey, can I ask you a super straightforward question? I'm like, yeah. He says, are you looking for a friendship or are you looking for a boyfriend? I was like, I really wasn't expecting anything, but I would definitely date you. So I say, what about you? To which he says, Tabitha, you're really cool. I really enjoyed hanging out with you and I want to respect you. So I'm going to be honest with you. I am seeing someone. I was like, Then he continues to say that the relationship he was in was a non-exclusive relationship and it was just really confusing because he wasn't expecting to feel anything between us. And then he said, I don't think it would be fair for me not to tell you that because I want to respect your feelings and I don't want to lead you down anything, like any wrong feelings or emotions. I've never in my entire life appreciated someone's honesty like that. Neither of us were expecting anything, but there was something, and we just sat on the rocks and overly communicated our feelings and emotions, and now there's no confusion. So we talked about some other things, and then the conversation concluded, and then we talked about the sun, and how the sky meets the ocean, and how the ocean hits the rocks on the beach. And I know you guys are gonna think I'm totally crazy for this, but that is genuinely probably the most attractive thing I've ever seen in a man. I have no idea if I will ever see this guy ever again in my entire life, but that entire interaction forever changed my perspective on communication with men. So I just got in my car, and he drove away, and you know what? That might be it, and here I am. One of my guy friends went on the worst day ever. Watch this video. Dude, okay, so Aiden literally just went on the weirdest freaking date. He literally went on a date with someone's mom.
Whoa. if you're gonna tell it, just tell it right. Actually, I'm just gonna tell it. So my friend sent me up with this girl.
And I dropped him off at the date.
And when I got there, all there was this older woman at a table. So I'm like, are you Katie? And she's like, oh no, that's my daughter. Then she was like, my daughter will be here in a minute. Katie never showed up. She was just never there. So then this lady says Katie's at home and she would drive me.
And he went to her house.
And as soon as I walk in there, three other guys sitting on the couch. What is going on? The next thing I know, this woman has us bent over.
No, because literally what?
For cleaning her pool. But long story short, Katie doesn't exist. I went on a date with a mom and I cleaned a pool with 3 other men. But she did pay us.
Yeah, but tell them how she paid you. Okay, so as you guys know, I like somebody, but it's been very on the down low. And well, my dad just found out. And this is the text my dad just sent me. He texted me and he said, I miss you. And he sent me a really ugly picture of our dog. And I said, Dad, why does the dog look like that? He's ugly. To which my dad said, you're ugly, shush. To which then my father said, Tabitha Lynn, what is this Instagram photo? Mind you, I did blur this photo in this text message so you can't see it. And by the time this video is up, this picture's probably gonna be off my Instagram. Anyways, he says, why do I find everything out on social media? Then I said, Dad, I can explain. And he said, yes, you better. Then my dad sends me this. He said, a buddy from work showed me this. Imagine your dad saying that. He said, you are kissing this boy. I said, Dad, I literally don't know what to say. It says, don't try and cry your way out of this. Who is he? Where can I find him? And why are you kissing him on the Instagram? Tabitha, are you married? What? No. He said, I never know. This is a very passionate kiss. Something for marriage. Tabitha Lynn. What is this boy's name? I shared the boy's name. I blurred it. I said, no, he's not my boyfriend, but we are going on a date tonight. He said, a date? My little girl is going on a date with a boy I don't know? Why haven't you talked about this? I can sense the parent disappointment through the phone. I said, I don't know because it was kind of a secret. She got me with you think posting a picture of you kissing him is secretive? Will I approve of this boy? I said, yes, he's very nice. Everyone loves him. To which my dad said, I'm going to...
Growing up, I had very strict parents. I was very sheltered. But whenever I moved to college, I had the idea that I was going to meet a nice boy and fall in love. Like in the movies. The first week of college, I met a very, very fine man. He asked for my number. Things took off. He asked me if I wanted to hook up later. Obviously, I was in. My friends and I back home used the term hook up every time we wanted to go get ice cream, go to the movies, or simply just hang out. He asked me if I've ever hooked up with anyone before. I said, yeah, all the time. Then he said, what time and where? I told him we should go to the library. He texted me back and replied, ooh, kinky. I was like, okay. We met at the library and he walked me to one of the back cases. He seemed very confident in where he was going. He must study often. Then we sat down and...
Oh, man.
Now, remember whenever I said things started to take off? This boy tried to take off my shirt. I was shook. I'm out here trying to experience a whole new world of college. Prince Charming is trying to take me on his magic carpet ride. Everyone keeps asking, Tabitha, what's the worst date you've ever been on? Let me tell you.
'Twas a warm summer day, and Tabitha had just
just left class. Suddenly, one of the boys from her childhood slid into her DMs. No, DMs. DMs. Asked me if I wanted to go out for ice cream. We go to Brahms, we sit down, having a conversation, but then I start to get a weird vibe. So just to be safe, I wrapped it up. To be safe, she wrapped it up. You wrapped what up? The date, you nasty. So he starts driving me home. Long, awkward silence. Quietness. The poor guy didn't know what to say. It's like he didn't know what to say. So then he asks me, want to see a picture of my dog? I would love to see a picture. He gets his phone out. I lean in. Then, oh heavens, oh gosh. He clicks on his photo album, and all my swimsuit photos are in an album labeled Tab. I was like, oh gosh, what's he doing with my pictures? And he was doing exactly what I thought he was doing. He said he had to show them to his grandma because he wanted to get his cousins the same swimsuit. What a man. Anyways, we're engaged. I'm just kidding, we never talked again.
For the love of God. As you guys know, I've been apartment hunting for like a week. And has it gone good? No. It's gone really, really bad. But it's fine. No stress, because today I found an apartment for only $800. I'm literally gonna lose it. I just went to go get an apartment tour. Oh my God. This is what the guy just told me.
Okay, and you just use that fob. Okay, cool.
This is me going in and realizing that there's furniture here and someone clearly lives here.
Does someone else live here?
You have the bedroom for rent.
He casually just said that 3 other men lived there.
He just told me that there's no apartment for rent. All that they had is a bedroom for rent. You would think you would put that on the website, especially whenever it's 30-year-old men, and especially whenever I'm a young girl in my 20s. Better yet, they watched my content. They knew who I was. What is this? I just moved out of a content house. You think I want to live in a fraternity? You guys know what time it is. Today, I posted an Instagram photo, and we're going to be looking at the gracious, kind DMs that I got. I think this is the first time my feelings have been hurt. This is the loving IG pic of the day. All her glory. Oh, look, Jeremy liked it. Number 1, we got cover your face because you know you're not pretty. Looks like we made fun of you enough so that you're wearing pants. I'm actually going to throw up. I just threw up my $9 coffee, thanks. And I felt really bad that they threw up, so I asked them what their Venmo was, so that I could buy them a new one. They said Palmer Evan 93, thanks. Flat chest. Literally what? I have zero words, bro. Next time you ask yourself, why don't I have a boyfriend? I hope you come back to this picture and know why. And if I didn't understand, they said, and if you were wondering, it's because you're not pretty. You guys are getting so creative. They said, got it, just got worse. I'm gonna show grace on this one because I think that they might be little. Doesn't change the fact that my feelings are still hurt. You are hashtag fatty, Tabby. Just kidding, it was just a rhyme. You are surprisingly kind of pretty. I wish you weren't born. I unfollowed you and now you're on my Discover page. You're literally still okay. As you guys know, I moved out of the hype house, and with that being said, I've been doing a little bit of apartment shopping. Oh, and how is that going, you ask? Bad. So bad, bro. That's besides the point. Point is, I was supposed to meet a woman in LA at 5 p.m. to check out these apartments, and she hasn't returned any of my texts or calls, and I've been waiting for 3 hours. If you guys know one thing about trying to find an apartment in LA, it means you can't just walk into somewhere and expect to get an apartment in one day. I didn't know that, but it's fine. I'm learning how to be an adult. Now we're gonna play a fun game called Where's Tabitha Sleeping Tonight? Now we've got a couple of options. Option number 1, crash on my friend's couch. But you know what? I don't like to be an inconvenience, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that idea out. Option number 2, sleep on the beach. You know what? Apparently that's illegal in California. Can I sleep on the beach in California? Generally speaking, camping on the beach is not allowed in California. So we're gonna toss out option 2. Option number 3, fly home to Missouri. But of course, there are no flights tonight, so we're gonna ditch option number 3. Number 4, ask my ex if I can stay with him. I texted him and said, hey, can I sleep on your couch? I have nowhere to stay. Hello? To which he didn't respond. So he texted me back, he said, I could care less if you didn't have food or water for a week. Sleep in a kennel at the local doggy shelter. Maybe get up to date on your vaccines. Love ya. He's always playing like that. So we're gonna toss out option 4, which leaves us with option 5. Post up in the car. And I'm lucky because I got something special in the back. Guys, check this. Giant squishmallow, yeah! Also, I ironically have a beach blanket. This is gonna be fun. A little adventure. Hopefully nothing happens. Okay, it's a lot tighter than what I was thinking, but it'll definitely, yeah, if anything too crazy happens, I'll update.
My dad went on a business trip. I had to stay at home with my stepmom and my stepsister and brother, who I swear hate me. Anyway, we all went to the mall, and a very popular guy named Luke invited us to a pool party. We got home, I went to go change into my bikini, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Walked outside my room, and my stepsister was wearing it. It was the bruh. My stepsister says, look way better in it than you do. My stepmom walked out and said, you can't go anyways, you have to clean all the pods out of your brother's car. He literally goes through 3 pods a day that was going to take me forever. They all left for the pool party, and I was stuck home alone. There was a knock on my my door and my dad's side hug. Me and my dad's aunt walked in. We talked and I told her about what happened. She left and came back with the cutest, cheeky, leopard, sexy bikini ever. Put it on and went to the pool party. When I showed up, all heads turned. Yeah! Luke and I hung out all night and I had the time of my life. But my curfew was at 12, so I had to roll out. On my way out, my bikini snagged on a tiki torch and fell off. So I ran, topless. Whenever I got home, I noticed that Luke posted my bikini top on Instagram, caption, "Looking for the mystery girl who has the matching bottoms to this bikini top. Is this love?" It all started my junior year of high school. He was 6 foot, 3 inches. Those are 2 separate measurements. He was dreamy, and I was hooked. Nothing could have prepared me for what was about to happen. The guy asked my dad if he could take me on a date. We went to dinner, a movie. We proceeded to go out for the next 2 months. Yes! He told me not to tell anyone because he didn't want people involved. So I didn't. Idiot. A group of girls were comparing their man. We all flipped our phones around and showed off who we were talking to. And there was one small problem. I mean, other than his. Another girl showed a picture of my guy. I asked her how long they had been a thing. He said 6 months. Him and I had been talking for 5. I was. In fact, the side him and I hung out during the day, he had been hanging out with her at night. We compared text messages, old copy and paste. I confronted him and he said, "I'm not sure what type of signals I was giving you, but I only ever saw you as a friend." I was not only an idiot, but now a bro. A bruh. A homie.
You know how in like 5th grade, Army recruiters would come to our school and tell us about all of the benefits of joining the Army? Well, I was one of those people who got sucked in and gave them my information so that they could contact me. And I kid you not, every month since 5th grade, either my parents or myself have gotten emails and phone calls from the Army trying to get me to join. They are that committed. And every year I tell them no. But today they called again and the guy was like, "Hey, are you interested in a free car?" I'm like, "Who is this?" And he's like, "Oh, it's Brian. Remember we met whenever you were like in 5th grade and I was trying to recruit you to come to the Army?" Stop calling me, Brian. I don't want to join the Army. Oh my gosh, you guys will not literally believe what just happened. So I was walking up here. Insert cash or select payment type. Use PIN pad to complete transaction. Thank you for shopping at Walmart. I think that everyone is intrigued with my love life. I've literally shared every single date I've been on since I was in college. And as you guys know, I like somebody, but I just want to share with you our text messages. So I think I messed up. He said, "Good morning, Tabitha." I said, "Hi, good morning." He says, "I like your new Instagram photo. You're kinda pretty." I feel like that was a friendly thing to say. So I said, "Ha ha ha, thanks, dude." I said, "Dude!" Ugh. To which he responded and said, "No prob, bro." I didn't know how to save myself on that one, so I said, "Ha ha ha," while I was internally dying. Then he says, "So what are your plans for the day?" Thinking I could recover from the bro comment, I said, "I'm filming. I have a photo shoot and then nothing. What about you?" He says, "Ooh, nice, productive girl. I like it. I'm filming my YouTube video, then editing some stuff, but then I'm free." Ladies and gentlemen, then he asked me if I want to get dinner. So now I'm screaming, excited, thinking I recovered from the bro comment. I say, "I'd love to get dinner." "Where at?" And in the next few moments, your girl passed away. He said, "Sick. The boys and I will pick you up at 7 p.m. and take you to our favorite spot in Huntington." He said the boys. And mind you, I did just recently move to Huntington, so he said, "Gotta show you what's good around here." I can't even be mad because I'm literally the one who said, "Aw, thanks, dude." I said, "Dude." Why did I say dude? Let's play a game. How many times did Tabitha say something wrong in this conversation? I feel defeated and exhausted, and it's only 1 p.m. God really put me on this earth to entertain all of you guys. My life isn't real. This is probably the most inappropriate and embarrassing thing I've ever done in my entire life. So I wanted to start dance lessons only because I do TikTok for a living, so I really wanted to learn how to get some rhythm so that I can learn all these stupid TikTok dances. So I go to a local dance school. So I walk up to the front desk lady and I'm like, "Hey, I'm really interested in your hip-hop dance lessons." She says, "Sweet, I'll get you into contact with our instructor. He'll text you soon." I'm like, "Cool, that's awesome." So he texts me, and this is what he says. And he just introduces himself, and he's just asking me what I'm interested in, right? He even gives me his Instagram. So I decide to give him a little background on who I am. I say, "Hello, blank, my name is Tabitha. I do TikTok for a living." I give him my TikTok link. Then I tell him that I'm normally a vlogger on the app. Then I said, "I recently started dancing and I think I could actually be good at it if I applied myself and learned rhythm." Do I actually think I could be good? No. Am I trying to be confident in myself so that he won't think he's wasting his time with me? Yeah. I told you that I sent him my TikTok link, right? You know what TikTok does? All it did was send him a link to my profile picture. With no context, I just sent him that picture. What the heck? That is just so inappropriate. As a little teeny tiny tiny TikTok profile picture icon, it doesn't look that bad. But when it's blown up on your screen and you send it to a guy you don't even know, it's a problem. But that's not the problem. So I panic and I say, sorry, that's my account, in reference to the fact that I can't freaking dance. I'm embarrassed. All of this happened in front of my friends and they're like, oh, well, maybe you'll feel less embarrassed if you go to the website and see if they have a picture of what this guy looks like. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a great idea. Bruh! This man, based on how he was texting me, I was expecting him to be in his, like, I don't know, 50s. Man is in his early 30s, late 20s, and crafted from God. This man looks like Ryan Reynolds and Channing Tatum had a baby. He is very beautiful. And as you can see on his description, very strong and passionate teacher. Is definitely a part of Channing Tatum's bloodline, 100%. I can't have this man teach me how to dance. But what did all my friends convince me to do? Let this man teach me how to dance. So here I am, about to go to my dance lessons. I went back home after the gym to do my makeup, and now I'm about to go hip-hop dance my life away with some dude who looks like he should be on The Bachelor. Wish me luck, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, the update you guys have been waiting for. So as you guys know, I've gotten myself into a little bit of a sticky situation searching for an apartment. I've either had to be posted up in here or sleeping on my friends' couches. Shout out, you guys. Anyways, today I found a steal of an apartment. So of course I got a tour. This is truly my dream apartment. Oh, what the... Okay, so it's the super cute studio apartment. I love it. It has a great view. Such a cute little bedroom, so much closet space, and a great little outside view with the mountains. There's also like the super cute little club that's a part of it, which I would absolutely love for like filming and stuff. And on top of all of that, has a super sick gym, so I literally have no reason to ever leave this apartment complex. So I'm thinking to myself, wow, all of this stuff for only $1,500 a month. I know what you're thinking. Yes, I know it's expensive. But for LA, $1,500 a month for that is a steal. Plus, there's a parking garage, and a parking garage in an apartment complex means that I'll at least safely make it home every single night. So just to double check, I text my friend Dave. Dave is the one who gave me an apartment tour today. So I really like the second one we looked at. I just want to double check. You said it's $1,500, correct? And I have no words. None. He replied with, evening, Tabitha. Glad you loved them. The second one you looked at is, hang on one second, I just need to take a quick breather. $15,000 a month. $15,000. Then he said, I assume that's what you meant. Forgetting 1 0 there. Haha. Forgetting 1 0? I literally I said, oh, okay. Thank you. He said, lovely meeting you today. Hopefully you get to call the landmark home. Probably not. Probably not. I can afford a parking space there. Can you guys believe that? I literally sat there and I was like, so what I discovered today could be life-changing, and I don't think the government wants us to know. Today I was sitting outside of a coffee shop and I look around and suddenly there are chickens everywhere. Everywhere. So I'm just chilling with these birds when I realize one of the chickens are glowing. Green dot. Look at that. I think the chicken had a camera on it. Let me show you again. Okay, look. See that little green dot? It kept flashing. Okay? See? Look, that chicken even knows. The chicken knows that I know. Look. Right? This look right there. He's like, oh, shit. That chicken was recording me. If I make this video and I go missing, you guys know exactly why. Our bird